Rumor time. Is Disney going to be selling Star Wars? Well, that's a new rumor that has been shared by Chris Gore over on Film Threat. Lots of people really rate Chris Gore for his leaks and his sources and things like that. I'm going to dive into this and sort of break down why I believe this isn't the case. Not that he's wrong, if that well, it will make sense. Just wait, it will make sense. I don't believe Disney is selling Star Wars at all, but I do believe that what he's heard is correct, and I'll give you a few reasons as to why. Hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Please do turn those bell notifications on, and especially if you're a returning viewer that's not yet subscribed and you just like straight down the line, unbiased takes on things, even me disagreeing with people within my sphere, not a lot of people tend to do that on YouTube, it seems, through fear of starting beef or some shit, I don't know. Anyway, so this is the article. I actually spoke about this last night on a podcast, but I'm just using this article as reference because it will have quotations, which is just easy to follow, rather than showing the actual video itself. So Chris Gore reports Disney has been trying to sell Star Wars for 7 months, but no one will buy it. Film Threat seeks additional information. Right, so what happened? A new rumour has surfaced from Film Threat's Chris Gore and Alan NG. I don't know how to say that. Is it Alan No? Suggesting that Disney has been quietly looking to sell Star Wars for the past 7 months, but reportedly there's been no takers. So, he said the following, and this is what's important to note, and I'll sort of break down why I think actually, technically speaking, he's probably heard right. This is from a friend who is not in the nerd space. This is a direct quote from Chris Gore. Not in the YouTube space, not a media person. This is a friend in the world of finance. Now these are really important things. A trusted individual who says for 7 months they have put feelers out about selling Star Wars. Now, putting feelers out and this getting wind by a finance person, kind of two different things. Like putting feelers out for selling or putting feelers out that it looks like they're selling and then a finance person hears about it. This is the key piece of information. So, it says this: it remains unclear whether Disney is looking to sell the entire Star Wars brand, Lucasfilm as a whole, or just select assets. So the most surprising aspect of the rumor isn't that Disney may be looking to, part ways with it, but apparently there's no interest in buying. So Chris Gore says they have been shopping it for 7 months and can't find a buyer. Okay. Right. Well, I think they are putting feelers out for, not for its sale, but it's for its valuation, right? So there's a few things to consider here. We've just had confirmation from Kathleen Kennedy that they're working on a succession plan, and it could literally be a matter of months, and she announces she's leaving Star Wars, Lucasfilm, right? They don't say that they're trying to sell. There's no clear-cut confirmation that they're trying to sell Star Wars. It could be that they're trying to. It could be that they've valued the brand of Lucasfilm rather than just Star Wars. Now, finance people is what's super important here. To me, it looks like Disney has tried to get a valuation on Lucasfilm, a valuation on Star Wars. Because when Kathleen Kennedy leaves, she's going to have an exit package. Right? She will have an exit package. She will have some form of golden parachute which will be tied to the Lucasfilm name, the Star Wars name, the brand itself. And that is, that's clear cut right there to me, that I don't think Chris Gore is necessarily wrong, but I think potentially, because it's a case of Chinese whispers, misdirected on what's actually happening. And now, this is just my guessing. I actually have no idea. But there's no way in hell that Disney is going to be selling Star Wars. There's just not. It's it's far too integrated into the infrastructure of what Disney is as a brand, whether that's in their parks, in their merchandise, in their branding. It's tied so heavily to their streaming service, to their future projects, Marvel Comics now, everywhere. It's far too integrated into the infrastructure of Disney as a property, as a brand in and unto itself. But it does make sense when we know that Kathleen Kennedy has confirmed herself. There could be an announcement in a couple of months that she's leaving, or a year. That's what she said herself in a Deadline interview. That they will be needing, especially if it does come in a few months, they will be needing that valuation. They'll need a valuation to figure out exactly what the sort of care package Kathleen Kennedy is going to be getting, because she has shepherded the brand from its initial valuation of Disney's purchase price to what we're getting now when she leaves, right? Now, it's not necessarily tied to performances or anything like that, but I'm sure they'll be factoring that into her golden parachute. So I don't think they're selling it at all, and I think that makes sense. It's a finance person that has heard this. It's not the Hollywood trades, it's a finance person, right? So financiers will be getting a valuation on the branding itself. So it's not that, an executive of Universal has heard and leaked it. This is just finance people. So to me, that makes a lot of sense, actually. It doesn't make sense that Disney will ever sell this, right? You wouldn't sell it when it's at its lowest point, which it will be at its lowest point. Disney, although they do incredibly dumb shit, they are not dumb shit, right? They would not be looking to sell this when the valuation is going to be at rock bottom as well. The brand itself is dead. Lucasfilm is dead. They're going to want to, if they were to sell it, which they're definitely not, I would say that with 99.9% certainty, they would want to sell it on a high so the valuation is higher than what they paid for it. So there you go. I don't have anything else really to add to this conversation. I don't necessarily think Chris Gore is wrong. I just think he's been misdirected, or he's got the wrong end of the stick. I think definitely financiers have probably heard that, and again, they may be looking to sell it. That's what they're saying to financiers. But are they actually going to sell it? No. Are they just looking to get a valuation, current proper valuation, so they can deal with Kathleen Kennedy's exit? Yes. That's my thinking. That's my read on the situation. And I think I'm right. I'm going to say I'm right on this. I'd be very surprised if I'm wrong. And it's not to say that Chris Gore has bad sources. I think his sources are probably accurate. I just think there's a bit more behind the curtain. So let me know what you think down below. Disney looking to sell Star Wars? Nah. But leave your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. Take care. Bye-bye now.